All right, guys, I don't know about you, but I can tell you for sure I do not want to work for Pacific Lock Company. And that's because 12 days ago, we reviewed version 1, and this is the exact lock. I destroyed the prototype in the testing, but they sent me another one. They made a bunch of corrections. It says 12 days. I think the president sent me a 2-page letter listing all the changes they made based on your comments and the review of this product. So while you and I were stuffing turkey in our mouth over Thanksgiving, the poor engineers and design guys and all the machinists over at PacLock were slaving away to pump out version 2, which you see right here. Let's take a look at this. What differences are there? I'll put the link of the original review of the V1 down in the description if you want to take a look. But one of the things we talked about was moving this shackle. When the shackle was down this low, this gap is really small, so it really constrained you in terms of how large of a hasp will fit inside of there. Also, if you wanted to use this to lock up chains, like if this was fastened to a door through these screws, going through the top, there's no links that are long and thin enough to be able to get down to that shackle and be able to be locked up. So if you were to move that up, it would be a much more flexible lock, and you'd be able to use chains on it. Well, guess what? Put them side by side. Notice how that's way up there. They even put a little bit more thought into it than we did. You notice they moved this up, and it's a little bit, it's almost precisely centered right now. Same amount of meat on both sides here. And the reason they did that is because they said after your review, we got to thinking it'd be cool to be able to put in small format interchangeable cores, large format interchangeable cores, kick cylinders, whole variety of different locks. They're going to adapt it to this cylinder, or to this lock body. So very cool, just a little bit more thought, going to make it just that much more flexible. One of the things we looked at also was physical weakness. I took a saw cut right through here. I think it's like 34 seconds. And so I just said, okay, if you guys would drill a hole like right there. And then I randomly grabbed a 1/4-inch drill rod, and I said, and then after you drill the hole, you just kind of stick that down there. And that way nobody's going to saw through that. Purely random. I mean, I had no idea they were going to take me at my word for the dimensions. Well, they did. And they installed one. If you take a look here, this is a 5/16" stainless steel rod that goes all the way through down to almost where that pilot hole is. Goes through 1 1/4 inches, well extends past the bottom of that U. So cutting through here may still be possible, but you better pack a lunch. It's going to take you a while to get through that add-on steel rod. Another thing I took a look at was purely aesthetic. There were some sharp edges on here. Particularly, let's see if they're here. On this one, they're here as well. These were actually the metal layer is curled over and then anodized over. So it leads you to believe that maybe it's been finished, but see, it's taken off my fingernail. It's pretty sharp stuff on both sides, almost razor sharp. And so I just made a comment about it, and they changed all of their CNC programming to put, you can see here, it's chamfered really well there. Every single edge that used to be razor sharp now, it's almost like they tumbled the entire lock to take all those sharp edges off. Very cool. It's nice to be listened to, isn't it? And the last thing, one of you guys left a comment that said, you know, when this is out in the weather, it's kind of exposed, water could get in there. It'd be nice to have a protective cover. That's what this threaded hole is for. They're going to use pretty much the same protective cover they use in their PacLock's. They didn't send me one, but it's made out of silicone, and it's going to secure right there. So you pull it off, you open your lock, whatever. When you're ready to lock it up, you just grab it and then slide it back on there. Not waterproof, but definitely water resistant and keep all the snow and rain out of the locking mechanism. So anyway, there you go. Another team effort from a major manufacturer, PacLock, and the LockSport community. You guys made what I thought was a pretty good product, one step closer to perfection. This got to us so quickly they didn't even bother to anodize it. This is apparently right out of the CNC machine. I'm going to take the camera or the letter off camera for a second. The last line on his on the 2-page letter is, again, thank you for the review. We'd appreciate any comments / suggestions your viewers might have on version 2 of this product. Guys, the president of PacLock is reading our comments. Unbelievable. If you got anything else, any other things that I missed, put it in the comments, and maybe they'll incorporate it in V3 before they go into production. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal. PacLock, thank you again. I'm not going to cut these in half.